Alright, so it's kind of a late hour to be showing up in the Bard's College with the verse, so for the time being, I'm just gonna go straight to the Blue Palace. Whatever Falk had to, well, I mean, let's face it, whatever Falk had,
I'm not interested.
Falk wouldn't have sent a letter via courier to get directly to me if it wasn't an important thing. So, way I see it, the matter must be pressing enough for me to actually talk to him. Even if it's the middle of the night and it's raining outside. Pop into the Blue Palace when I'm sopping wet. Ugh. Like I said, he's out.
The courier must have found you. I have little patience for mundane concerns.
Yes, Falk, the courier did find me. You mentioned Wolfskull Cave in your message. Something's changed, hasn't it?
Yes, old friend. I'm afraid it's not good news. When you broke up the binding, Potema escaped. We've encountered some of her minions. Styr says she's still in spirit form, or we'd all be dead already. You've already done us a service in stopping the binding, but I need you to go talk to him, to see if Styr can tell us what to do next.
Oh, okay, hold on, wait. I'm a little bit lost here. First off, who is this that you want me to talk to? Styr?
He's Solitude's priest of Archay. He's the one who figured out Potema was still around. He'll help as much as he can.
I see. A priest of Archay would be the expert on this topic. But why me? Why go through all the trouble to get me back to Solitude, send me a letter via courier? Why not just hire any other sellsword, or send the guard to take care of this?
I'm not really sure. Styr thinks you have some sort of link to Potema. I trust his judgment on this. As a priest of Archay, he's had to deal with necromancy before. Nothing as dangerous as Potema, though.
It wasn't a small ritual that I interrupted, and Potema is no small force either. I'll go talk with Styr. See if we can figure something out. I will return to you, Falk, hopefully with good news.
I wish you well, friend. Be careful.
Be quick. I have little patience for mundane concerns.
Can I help you?
Yes, you can. You must be Styr.
You must be the one Falk spoke so highly of. Welcome.
Let us dispense with the pleasantries for the time, and get right to business. Potema.
Ah, Potema. Former Queen of Solitude, and one of the most dangerous necromancers in recorded history. She was responsible for the Empire's near collapse almost 500 years ago. I believe I have a book about her.
Really? I keep a collection myself, but I don't think that I've come across that particular tome. In any case, it would appear that the summoning ritual that I interrupted in Wolfskull Cave was at least partially successful. Was it not?
Summoned in spirit form is not raised from the dead. She'll need help before she can return to the living. For the moment, the Wolf Queen has retreated to a place filled with dead, eager to serve her. She has gone to her old catacombs. A few days ago, one of her servants busted through a wall into the Temple of Divines. We'll need you to go into the catacombs themselves.
Hold on. You want me to go into the catacombs of Solitude and find the old summoning chamber where Potema performed sacrilegious rituals, where she's at her strongest, and deal with her on my own?
Yes, I had Falk call you back because you were at the summoning. You have a connection to Potema now. You must deal with her. I can provide you with help for her minions, though. This should help you deal with the catacombs themselves. As to Potema herself, find what's left of her body, likely a skeleton. Remove it from the catacombs and bring it back to be sanctified by Archay.
Oh, boy. This is a lot to ask, Styr. Is there anything else you can tell me about Potema? Anything that could help?
A curious figure. Unrepentantly evil and nasty, of course, but also astonishingly brilliant, and obviously quite a necromancer at her end. She was always so close to being Empress, but despite her machinations, it was never to be hers. Ironically, if she were alive today, she'd be the only living member of the Septim bloodline. By all rights, she would now be Empress.
As valuable as a history lesson is, that doesn't truly help. For better or worse, Styr, you shall either see me again, and you can perform your duty as a priest of Arche, or this is the last you will see of me. Please, wish me luck.
May Arche bless you with a long life.
You've arrived at last. The hero who prevented me from being bound returns to my fold. I have much to thank you for, little one. When you die, I will raise you, and you can take your place by my side. You'll serve me soon enough.
Ha. Oh, they never really hold up that well. And I mean, as I'm just so happy to be using a different weapon finally. Got kind of, I said it in a previous episode. It gets really boring using the exact same weapon for so long. So I'm happy that I got Wuthrad with me. Hopefully, I'll find a replacement weapon by the time I make it over to Ysgrimar's tomb and deposit the Axe of Ysgrimar, or is that what it's called? The Axe of Ysgrimar? I don't actually remember off the top of my head. Ooh. Look at this douchebag up here. I'm kind of partial to properly, I don't know. It's a little bit of give and take in a certain capacity, actually having to summon over and over. Because summoning my Frost Elemental over and over levels up my Conjuration spell, and I really want to level up Conjuration a lot. Make no mistake there, but at the same time, Frosty just does no friggin' damage these days. Oh, damn it, come on. Well, I mean, at least I can level up Conjuration again. Die. God, it's so much more satisfying to watch, this axe just get lodged right inside of them. Smash straight through their skulls. Wonderful. I'll tell you something that's unique and different about Skyrim, as opposed to Oblivion. Oblivion was actually my introduction to the Elder Scrolls as a franchise. I played, what literally happened was I was at my friend's house, and another friend of, there were three of us, basically. So, I was at a friend's house, and another friend was over at the same time. And he had, we were just fresh out of high school, and, we're talking back in 2006, that was my graduation year. Date myself and make myself, old.
Someone there?
Ooh. Rid of you. So, he, the friend who was over, he had just signed on to the military, and he got a sign-on bonus. Jeez.
That's all you got.
This is the other problem with using an ice elemental. It completely, it blocks the path completely. Its collision is just so large. Anyways, so he had just recently signed into the military, and he got a sign-on bonus. And what he did with his bonus was buy an Xbox 360, which was a pretty new console at the time. It was only like 1, maybe 2 years old. I think 2 years would be really generous. I think it was only a year old at that point in time, like the introduction of the console. So what he did was he bought himself a 360, and he bought himself Oblivion. Now, at the time, I had no clue what on earth Oblivion was. Like, I had vaguely seen my other friend playing Morrowind on his Xbox, but I had never actually taken a good hard look at the stuff. How am I doing on my soul gems here? It looks like everything's going into the right size gem still. That's good. So anyways, he, my other friend had come into possession of a flat screen television back in 2006. That was like way ahead of the curve. So, my other pal, he brings over his 360 because it can do the the brand new high definition output thing, and he hooks it up to the HD TV, and he's playing Oblivion in HD, and I'm like, this game actually looks kind of fun. Like, where are the boundaries and stuff? You have to remember, like, open world games back in 2006 were still... You still had recognizable boundaries where it's like, oh, you're on an island and you can only go so far or something. Oblivion was one of the first games out there that had, like, it was just like, well, yeah, there are borders way, way, way out there. So, Oblivion just more like, it blew my mind how big the game was. I couldn't believe it. Not to mention the fact that it was an RPG, and the game was essentially, hey, you know, use your skill and you level up off of that. Which, let's face it, that is something that sets the Elder Scrolls drastically apart from other RPGs. It's the fact that you level up the skills as you use them. You don't gain experience points. You don't see numbers in the game, for the most part. You just use the skill, and you level it up. And then you level your skills up enough, and your primary level increases. And you can do some amount of number crunching. That's not so much the case here in Skyrim, but yeah. There we go. So anyways, what happened was, at the time, whenever I saw my pal playing Oblivion like this, he, oh great, one of these puzzles. I hate these things, they're so noisy. So, as he's, playing the game, I distinctly get interested in it, and I'm like, so is this game on PC? Because, at the time, I was still pretty, you know, oh hey, garlic. Thistle? Frostbite. I can probably use all of these things to make some freaking potions. Alright, we'll take a vacation from the story and see if we can mix some of this stuff up.
You've come far, Mortal.
Oh.
No doubt you seek to enter Potema's sanctuary. I can see to that. We'll need plenty of fresh corpses to rebuild her army, you see.
So, yeah. Oh, God, that is bad. That is very bad. That is a Death Lord. The vampire goes down instantly, and he just also one-shots my ice elemental. Not that Icy over here is really all that strong. Come on. Okay, yep. Come on. God, you son of a piece of trash. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, the chance is there. Just as soon as I heal, I capture his soul, or I kill him. That's a good grand. It's at least greater. Alright, so. Why exactly vampires feel so drawn to Potema, I wish I understood. Maybe it's because most vampires are also necromancers. And by the looks of a lot of their dens in this game, they're also cannibals, but that's neither here nor there. Anyways, moving on. What was I talking about previously? Before I, Okay, Icy. Damn it. We're just in enormous pain. I want you out of here.
Is someone there?
Yes, there is someone here. Oh yeah, my, getting into, the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, stuff like that. So, my friend, at the time, whenever I saw him playing the game, he was doing it on 360, and I still had a bit of fanboyism going on, where it was like, oh, I'll only play one system and not the other. So, I wasn't going to buy an Xbox 360, but I did have, like, well, I didn't have it. My mom and dad had a desktop computer. So, I spent a lot of time on that because my dad, typical of, you know, a lot of dads out there, they own the television in the living room, so I could never really find time to actually sit down and, like, get use out of even my PlayStation 2 back in the day. So, I was looking to see if it would run on the PC, and so I asked him, he was like, is this game on the PC? Most games on Microsoft console are on the PC too, and he was like, yeah, it's on the PC. So, that night, after I left my friend's house, I went over to Walmart and I found Oblivion, like, in its cardboard box on the shelf. You know, this is pre-Steam and digital distribution stuff. So, I go out, and I find a copy of Oblivion at Walmart, and I buy it, and I bring it home, and guess what I find out? The box computer, like it's a pre-made computer from Dell that we had, it won't run Oblivion. Like, it'll launch the game, but nothing has textures on it. So, like, everything, all the models are pure white, and the shaders are barely working, so it's like, it doesn't work at all. And then, so I'm like, great, I need to upgrade the computer, and literally, Oblivion is the reason why I built a computer, because I found out that a pre-made Dell computer couldn't really be upgraded. The technicalities I won't get into, but I couldn't, basically I couldn't install a graphics card in this thing, so I had to cannibalize it and create a completely new computer. So, oh boy.
Not much further. Come with me. Serve me in death.
How about no? How about I kill you? Uh-oh. Let's see if we can capture some of these guys.
Here we go.
At least one of them can't be captured. Get out of here, you stupid Draugrs. Well, I got one of them. And I don't have a black soul gem, so even if I captured you, it wouldn't work. Jeez. Didn't hold together too well. What have you got on you? Why are vampires carrying iron swords? You figure they'd have something better. Oh, great. It's gonna take me forever to get through this pile. Surprisingly barren. Something tells me she's right behind this door. Ooh, yep, that's her. Okay, let's prep.
You've come far, mortal. But can you stand against my inner council? Let's see.
Let's see. Alright, so, I haven't used this scroll yet. It's Guardian Circle. Let's go ahead and cast it. Oh, son of a... Who hit me? Icy, do your job already. Protect... What the hell? Where's Ice? Did they... Oh crap, I didn't... I didn't recast him. My mistake. Okay, cool. So, now, let's go ahead and... I'm not applauding myself, I'm being cautious. Okay, so there we go, Guardian Circle. I'll heal while I'm inside of this thing, and undead will run away after they touch it. So, I have a bit of a buffer area where I'm safe. But the problem is that they run. Okay, let's get rid of this Frost Atronach. Where are the other douchebags in here? Come here, you friggin' prick. Die! Dead creature. Well, that Guardian Circle spell didn't last as long as I expected. There we go. Jeez, what is up with those beams that you're shooting out? It's so weird. Come on, Icy, it's one Draugr. Can't you hit like a truck like I do? How many of these things am I gonna have to kill? I like my eyes right where they are, thank you very much. Die. Ooh, if I'm hearing shouting, that means that there's a Death Lord in here. So, ooh, there he is. Yep, sure enough. Okay, let's recast this just in case something went wrong. Okay, and I need to soul trap the Death Lord. Your soul is too large for me to just overlook here, pal. Let's hope that I have enough frickin' potions to get through this. Come on! Take it! Eat it! Alright, there we go. Oh! Potema's gone. Alright, just take out this Scourge. Come on, die! Why is he not taking damage? Would you frickin'... Oh my god, he's gonna kill me. Hey. Oh. I guess he was supposed to despawn? Well, okay. That wasn't exactly what I... Ooh, it's an ebony battle axe. That will do to replace my hammer. That will do for replacement for the Skyforge hammer whenever I get rid of Wuthrod. That being said, I'm after an ebony hammer more than anything else. That, or, you know, maybe an artifact. Alright, Potema. Time for you to go down. Eat Wuthrad. Death to... Oh my god. She's doing quite a lot of damage there. Icy, get up in here. I need you. Come here. Alright, Potema. Useless friggin' necromancer. Death. Death to the undead. Oh, alright. I desecrated what was left of her body. Alright, Icy, you did a good job, but I don't need you here anymore. Okay, let's take a second look in the burial chamber back here, and let's pick clean the bodies left behind. Seems kind of empty in here, actually. Don't tell me that a bunch of the bodies despawned whenever I entered the chamber that Potema was in. Wouldn't be the first time for the game to do that. Locking you out and all that stuff. I can't tell you how many times I found out the hard way that it was like, oh, I'm over encumbered, I'll just drop some of the extra loot inside of a chest right here in the final room. And then I come back to the temple and I find out that, oh, they locked the final room, or they wiped the final room the minute I exited because of the story bit inside of it, which is a real pain. You know, going back to Oblivion, I don't recall them really ever doing that too frequently. Only happened a handful of times. Of course, then again, I suppose, relatively speaking, it only happens a handful of times here in Skyrim, too, so... Oh, but I mean, on the topic of Oblivion, yeah, that got me introduced into the series. Built my own PC to actually be able to, well, I built my first PC to actually play it. Potema's skull. Gotcha. Got your head, Potema. Oh my god, a glass war axe. Perfect. That'll do. Anyways, so yeah, saw my friend play it, got it for the PC, found out my PC wouldn't run it, cannibalized the family computer and built my own PC, and also my first PC, and it was actually on that original case that I made my first video. And if it wasn't for Oblivion, I wouldn't be making videos either, because my first serious video on YouTube ever was about vampirism in Oblivion. So I owe a lot to Oblivion. Uh-oh. Oh, you serious? Another Death Lord? Alright. We'll just try to do this quick and dirty. So, Icy, you take care of him. I'm gonna take care of this guy over here. Uh-oh. Looks like he's coming for me anyway. Alright, come on, Death Lord douchebag. I'm gonna smash you and your horns right into your face. Whew. Oh, such a devious thing for, such devious level design here. You've beat the final boss and then you find a Death Lord in the chamber right before you exit. What the hell was that? Something must have dropped on the floor. Okay. Icy, I need you to... There we go. Oh, sure enough, it's another glass battle axe. Holy crap. Over encumbered. 20 gold pieces. Alright, so, let's make use of that, special enchanted necklace. Carrying capacity by 25% is increased. So, let's just hop down this mountainside and we'll head back to Solitude. And we'll chat with Falk. Let him know that the day has been won. We'll also need to chat with Styr, too.